Good morning. It's the 28th of July. It's about 60 degrees, 59, somewhere in that neighborhood. Quick update, just to let you know how everybody's doing. Here comes the ducks. The chickens are having a good time. They play around really well. We've actually lost most of the layers. We're down to two of the older gals and one rooster. Something ate them. So even the young rooster that crowed all the time is gone. That's probably just because he was loud and noisy. You can see the ducks are in their little kiddie pool, making a mess, as they do. We fill it every day, every morning, with this contraption that I laid out. It actually comes off of the spring where my pipe is through there, goes through a flexible conduit I had laying around, and it progresses out into the pond, or the pool, as it really is. But the ducks get in there, they love it, they have a great time with it. Good morning to you too. But that's their highlight of the day. They come out, they get in the water, and they have a good time. And, we'll have to be pulling the line out of the fill line to get it out of the way, because they they don't need that big of a mess down there, because that's what they'll make. They'll be right in there. And the funny thing about ducks is they don't really make they're not terribly dirty animals, but they like to take a bath, and so there's water, they'll take the bath, they'll get in it, they'll have fun with it. Immerse themselves completely in the water to clean themselves. There's one that's doing it right now. And they do that every day. Now the chickens like the running water coming through there. They'll get drinks out of that. They'll actually drink out of that pool. I let it run long enough so some of the dirt and stuff gets out of there, but everybody's been fed this morning. Everybody's been running around. We update on some of the things we've been doing. We're still working on a big project for a furnace complete system. Getting that done. I had a treadmill test, a stress test. Didn't do well on that, so then I ended up having to go into the hospital and have a heart cath, which turned out absolutely fabulous. That was the last 3 Mondays. Next Monday, I've got to go ahead and go back to the cardiologist and see him. So that kind of stuff slows us down. And of course, we're still doing our chiropractor's appointments and keeping that up. And Juanita had physical therapy, and that's all over. So she's doing much better today. The weather still affects her knee, but it's probably going to continue to affect her knee. I'm going to shut my water off to the ducks now. They climbed down. Looks like they're done playing. Just a quick, easy system that I set up, made it a whole lot easier than carrying buckets of water. And I can do that, and nature fills it, so it works well. I just got to put everything back out of the way, because it's in the driveway. This is actually some of the covering that you use for mini splits, and I use that to as a trough, and it works well. Yesterday we put a new electrical panel in. We started some water line project at the same house, little small camp, like 900 square feet. Let me grab my keys out of the car here. We did we're putting a water heater in. We're putting an outside shower on. They actually gutted the little kitchen that they had, so we had to run some new lines and sets of outlets and stuff like that. So we've been working hard on that. Paul's been helping me. My other grandson, Donna's son, Paul. He wants to be an electrician. He's 16. He's got an apprenticeship already set up, so that when he graduates in a couple of years, he will go right to the electricians union and start doing his apprenticeship. So good for him. Quick update on Lee. Wow. Get my camera to cooperate here. There we go. That's a little better. Good. A quick update on Lee. Lee is currently working on joining the Marine Corps. He wants to be a Marine, so more power to him. We'll let him go ahead and do that. That's a fantastic career path if he chooses to go down it. He seems to really be ambitious enough to do it, so more power to him. What does that mean for me? I don't know. Well, that means that I'm not going to have the extra help, so some of the bigger projects are just going to go by the wayside. That's all. I'll continue to do the little jobs, and this is what's going to happen. It's getting harder and harder for people to move into the area, so the young help is not here. Rent has skyrocketed, and it may be not that unusual in most areas, but here it's $1,000 a month for an apartment is way high, mostly because the pay is low. And there's no place here to work. There's not any jobs around, so there's lots of jobs around. There's no good paying jobs around. It's service-related industry. It's tough to be in the service up here because you really have the summer and because the people don't come up in the winter because it's all second homes. We've everything that's sold recently, I think with the exception of one, has become a Airbnb. One house that I know of has become a resident, and the people are retiring and moving in. That's the problem. As people retire and they move into the area, they're buying the homes and they're paying premium prices for those homes, and the families are shoved out, forced out that we're paying rent. So it's a tragic situation, and it seems to be going to get worse. I did make a prediction a couple of years ago, or a year ago, that within 10 years, this area up here a lot of the businesses will be closed not because of lack of work or lack of income, but really lack of help. You can't run it all by yourself. You can't do all the jobs all yourself, and so things are going to have to start dropping off. People are going to have to be coming farther up the mountain from other areas to do more work. They don't want to do that. They have plenty of work right where they're at. So I don't know what's going to happen. Anyways, so yeah. We've got grocery store. We got a small department store. That's working in the woods is gone. So that's really what there's a couple contractors in the town, and then that's pretty much it. We are seeing more and more people. I mean, we went from year-round residents of about 300, maybe 350. In the wintertime, we see a couple thousand in the summer. But we're dropping that down to 250. Numbers in the schools are dropping. Numbers of the working force are gone. So, but yeah, the grocery store can't pay you $25 an hour. They just can't do it. They can't pay you $20 an hour. It's just not there. They do hire a lot of people during the summer when they can get them. But it's $15 an hour, and that's only because that's what the state says they have to pay. But as soon as basically Labor Day comes around, gone. Those jobs are on. They're sending people away because they can't make that payroll. Not when you have, honestly, you can count the number of people coming in and out of the store a day on your hands. So you don't sustain business that way, and that means the other people that are there, you have a few diehards that you keep employed, and they do their thing, and that's what they got. Husband and wife is very difficult for a husband and wife to both have jobs in this area. There is absolutely no daycare. Nor is there anybody even interested in providing daycare, because what are you going to get? One kid, maybe two. You can't do it. People are driving out that were here. People started driving down because you can go down 40 miles to get a job. Then and there's more housing down there. It's still high rent, but you can get a job at one of the distribution centers, the Walmart. There's a Target. There's a Dollar General. There's an Ace Hardware one that's over by Glens Falls, Saratoga area. So you've got those jobs. Those jobs pay $26, $27 an hour. You work at death, but they pay it. So if you're going to if you're a young family, you're going to have to go do that job. You're not going to drive 40 minutes each way. You're going to move family closer to where you're working, so you can actually live. Unfortunately, that's the way it is. They talk about doing some having people, you can work at home. Yeah, but, we don't have the internet to do that, internet capability to do that, unless you go with Skylink or something like that. And then you could, but most of the young professionals don't want to be here. Why would they come here? This is a retirement community. There's a couple bars, some mediocre restaurants, and I mean mediocre restaurants. There's the local Greasy Spoons, there's no nightlife. I mean, at 8 o'clock, everything's closed. Everything's, they shut up and go home. So there's no nightlife. So if they're going to work at home, they might as well go somewhere where there's something to do. And the other problem is those people in charge don't really care. They don't care if there's anything to do. They don't want stuff happening here. They say, well, we retired to a quiet community, and that's the way we want to keep it. Which is why I understand it's well and good, but your village can't survive doing that. But again, that's nothing I can do about it. So when the kids say, Paul and Lee, hey, I've got another opportunity. Take it, go. That's not going to hold you here. Sarah wants to be in the community, but it's tough for them to make a living here. With her 2 kids, she and her boyfriend struggle just to make ends meet. Sometimes they don't even make ends meet, but it's tough for them. I guess there's no real answer to that kind of dilemma. They, you can either you get 2 choices. You're either going to suffer here or go somewhere where you can make a living. And that's really what it boils down to. The contractors don't pay well. They pay adequate, but with the rising costs, people moving in, there are very few apartments, and those apartments are $1,000 a month. Now you're not going to make if you're raising a family, and the mom has to stay home because you got 2 babies. How are you going to pay that? That's $250 a week that you're spending. And if you're making $15 an hour, or even $20 an hour, that's 12 and a half hours gone out of your paycheck. Gone. You gave 12 and a half hours away just for a place to live. Now you've got to put food on the table. Then you've got to have heat. Then you've got to have lights and insurance and car payments and so on and so forth. We go on for an hour like this, but it's not even worth it. We're trying to be as self-sufficient here as we possibly can. That's why we're raising chickens and ducks. And it's nothing. It really is nothing. But I'm fortunate that I have a part-time job here at the power dam, and it pays my bills. But I still have to do the plumbing and heating, because that's called retirement. That's called making a little extra. That's so I do that to put money in my pocket instead of just working for a living. Anyhow, so let's talk a little bit quickly about the power dam, how things are going. The water levels are low. We're down to running 1 unit. The big unit is off. We're only making about 95 kilowatts, which is still very good for this time of year. Usually we're off by now, so we're not complaining. We get a little bit of rain throughout through the week, a little bit here, a little bit there. So that helps. It keeps the flow going. A lot of water quality issues with the lakes. The village is coming up with a plan to make everybody have inspections on their septic systems. which I'm not opposed to. The problem that I see with that is the people that can't afford it. What are they going to do? The village has a central sewage system, but it doesn't go to all residents. So the village needs to step up to the plate if they want to make a rule or a law that says you have to have your septic system inspected. Step up to the plate. Put the sewer system through. Attach everybody. Yeah. Plain and simple. That's easy. Anyhow, that's enough ranting for the day. Everybody, we're doing good. It's been really busy with the health issues and working, so I haven't had a whole lot of time to make any videos, but I'm going to try to get back on track, let you know, keep you up to date, see what's going on. So you guys have a great day. Take care of yourselves, those around you, because really, other than that, that's all we got. All right, thanks.